do 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 do. This today. This is how we know Daniel's here. Ah, a pair of wings. A pair of wings and a Daniel. Here he is. Oh, look. Filler.
Okay, more filler. Why not?
Why have we got filler out
because
with?
the wings are destroyed, obviously, because they've been delivered.
Ah, I'll just comment. Chat.
Mixing filler. There's not really much to comment. There's not really more.
Tell me
what
more.
am I going to comment here about the filler?
Tell the viewers more about the exact same thing we're having to do in every single episode. The fun when you order wings online and they're delivered by an absolute monkey. So you'll probably not see it because we pulled it out. But this one, yeah, it was folded right in. So there's been a wee, you might still see there's a wee crease there where that obviously kinked out. That one, more or less, on the whole, okay. This one, we have hammered out a wee ding that was here. Just, oh, there you go, you can see the marks. So that's now flat, which is fine. And then you get to this absolute catastrophe.
Sardine can.
So on the extremities of wings, you're at risk of things happening. What had happened here, as you can see by the paint that's missed there, is the whole lot was folded over. So, thank you. Who delivered this?
I don't
God, it's been that long ago. Anyway.
Because do you know why? Because see if you complain to them,
They don't care.
it won't make any difference. So it's
care.
like, there's not even any point.
The entirety of this channel's drama does come from people manufacturing
not
shit,
delivering stuff.
or just delivering it through, like, here's your challenge.
These don't fit.
I was going to say try and be positive. Come on.
They don't fit.
They don't fit.
Because, of course, why would they fit?
Because these are patent parts. Why
Yeah.
didn't we buy original parts?
Because they don't exist.
Ah, right, yeah.
So-
because Nissan.
There you go.
So
These came pre-damaged, which is great.
yeah.
You know, brilliant.
So, we've undamaged them as best we can, as can be seen by.
Undamaged this.
But
that was folded in half.
yeah, because you know that's good shrink wrap.
Yep.
Yeah.
Good delivery.
Right. So, talk us through what we've had to do with this.
They don't fit.
Yeah, I know that. We know that. Come on.
The
but-
bottom bit doesn't fit.
Yeah, so we've had to accept some compromises here.
Yeah, had to widen the holes.
There's meant to be a tab here, which is now that's not.
That won't work.
No.
We tried that.
Yeah.
It's like what, at least 3 hole spaces off.
Yeah.
So that's never going to work. So we get rid of that.
These
And then,
have had to be elongated.
yeah, because again,
Don't fit anywhere near.
not even close to the factory holes. So
What we're now going to do is, having done all of the on and off and on and off and mountains of it, we're going to try and fit them.
yes, because I've got to paint these.
And we don't want to paint them and then go, hey, don't fit.
Yeah.
Because fool us once.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this one hasn't actually been quite as bad, although
not been great.
we've absolutely lost the tab here as well, because
Not
both
quite
of
as
these
bad.
are just works of fiction for lining into the car. That should actually work though, although I can see these being elongated before we paint.
I think we just slot them anyway.
Nah,
because,
let's line them up, because we'll know.
'cause, I'm past the point now of.
But the general condition of this one's a bit better. has a front end. Look at how... I mean, these lights, by the way. I did get a sneak preview of these lights when they were in the box, but it's one of those things where you're like, oh, slog, car, make it look stock, and then you see them and you're like, actually, that's quite pleasant.
They're very, very rare.
Yeah.
They're the Xenon ones that have the black surrounds, so they're pretty hard to find. This
is why you did not see me handling these at any point, because I do have a bit of a reputation to drop things.
And they're made of glass.
So I was not taking the risk with that. But they're in, but also the important point to note, this is now the end of the front end. The front end is end.
And it actually fits, like, this is the thing, see, because these are aftermarket wings and there was loads of stuff changed, we were worried that it was going to actually fit, but it fits fine, everything, the gaps are all okay.
Bonnet on, obviously the bonnet's the right colour, it's just covered in dust.
It's just dusty, we've got lots of sanding dust.
Calm down, but the wings are all on.
Yeah,
and
a wee bit of adjusting to do, but...
That'll be fine.
But the wheel choice, this was a total guess.
Yeah.
And they are literally, I mean, they are as wide as we could possibly get away with.
They're good.
They look good.
The problem we have now, though, is...
It's the back bumper, isn't it?
Can you explain to the viewers why
there was a story behind the back bumper, right? So we were painting the back and the front at the same time.
Yes.
And then we put like one coat on, and then it was a wee bit of a reaction on one of the bits. We went, just leave it, put it to the side.
Yeah.
And then we forgot about that.
So
and then we went to fit it, and we're like, oh, wait a minute.
What that actually means is, we fired it on, and there's just, you probably can't see it, but we're going to take it off in a minute. There's just a wee bubble down here somewhere.
Yeah.
And that's considered.
And it's also a wee bit dull because as soon as we noticed the reaction, we just stopped painting.
Yeah, there's only like a light coat in the back.
It's not actually painted.
So we need to paint more things and sand more things.
That's the last thing.
Well, almost the last thing. So you'll notice the lack of these and the lack of these. Now, the bits in the bottom, they just need the holes drilled and bolted on, so that's all right. But there's bits in the back. Is it the back?
Back and front.
The back and the front, because there's only two of them.
The back and front doors.
No, I mean the wee...
Oh, yeah, there's just the back, yeah. There's wee covers that like go in the back of the side skirts.
They're still in silver. These guys, well, let's talk about these guys. Let's come show.
We tried to paint them, but
we tried our best. So I came up with an ingenious solution using bulldog clips to hold them off.
Yeah.
To stand them off a bit, which kind of worked.
The gap was just too close, though, to get in.
Yes.
Couldn't get into the edges to do it, so...
Where's the badness? Must be this side. No,
it's hard to see, but it is,
okay. I think it was these.
It's there.
Yeah, it's there somewhere. It's not quite got the coverage we were looking for.
Yeah, you can't. And the problem is, because these sit like that, you're going to see the very top of them, so it's like, we're just going to have to find, I don't know, some sort of way of... Yeah. The only thing I can think of is we put like a bolt in there and actually hang them somehow, so that you can get all around them.
Or we could put the bulldogs in and just make a thing that comes off that. We'll work out.
Yeah, we need to basically be able to get to all
bits,
corners of it.
So they need done. Those wee bumpery bits need done. The bumper needs done, and that's it.
That's it.
That's
the last thing. So
thank God.
Yeah, and then we'll paint something else. Look at it.
Are you happy now?
Not really. It looks good, doesn't it? It's got bumpers sorted.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, we seem to be really stringing this out, but crucially, that back bumper did kind of need done properly, and you can see now it's got the depth of gloss.
Depth of gloss. It needed done.
Yeah, so that's now on proper.
Excuse the dust all over the rest of the car.
There's a lot of dust
Very
everywhere.
dusty.
But the only thing there's two things remaining now, for the sake of...
Yes, but there's only one thing left to paint. So it's like the side skirts are already painted. We just need to attach them.
And then the door trims.
The door trims we need to paint, because we had issues trying to actually get them to paint. But
so
the whole front end is
on. And then lastly, my ability to do this.
Yeah. That's okay though. We've actually, believe it or not, there are windscreens available.
Okay.
So I will get one booked. But look, we've got... Bear in mind, we didn't even properly set the panel gaps yet, did we really?
It's all lined up surprisingly well. We should really clean this guy.
Super nice headlights.
Let's give it a wee bit of fish eye. Look at that. Look at it.
Yeah, we literally put the wings and stuff on. The doors need adjusted a wee bit, don't they? We need to tweak the doors a wee tiny bit, but it's not bad. It's pretty close. Side skirts, trims, windscreen, tune. Well, pulley, actually. That's something we haven't spoke about.
I swear to God, we will finish this.
Yeah.
But yeah, there is
the pulley
a small issue.
Yeah, the pulley is the...
On these SRs, there's a harmonic balancer built into the pulley, which basically means you've got a small pulley, a strip of rubber and a big pulley, and that kind of takes a lot of the vibration out.
Yep.
That bit of rubber doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah, that one's essentially like falling apart.
Yeah. But good news, everyone, these are not available anywhere at all.
No, they're not. So I checked everywhere. Nissan discontinued them, like, it looks like a few years ago now.
Yeah.
So the problem is, even if you try and find a stock one, they're really, really expensive. Really expensive, and they're also 5 years old.
Yeah, so that's not going to do the same thing.
So they're not in like as new condition. So there's a company who has clearly caught onto this. That
do a aftermarket.
Yeah, there's that Ross Performance company who basically they just make like harmonic dampeners for millions of cars, but most of the other cars are like, a couple £100. But this one, because they obviously know.
£600?
Yeah, it's like £600, something like that. It's ridiculous.
£600.
But we're at the point where we've got no choice. Like,
if you work for Ross Performance, you want to help out.
Yeah, they're not
watching this.
There's absolutely no chance.
If anyone watching this knows people at Ross Performance,
yeah, there's no chance. I am 100% paying full price.
If anything, doing this build has actually lost me viewers.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. It's good, isn't it? It's good.
Jesus, man.
Just nearly there.
Bubble. That is one properly gay horn.
It was holding.
Well, I'll just bloody leave it alone then.
Yeah.
Sorry. So what we're doing here?
We're finding leaks in the cooling system.
Right. By pressurising it through a homebrew bodged cap.
Yeah, so we've got the pressure vac thing, but the problem is we don't have anything we don't know where the cap is, the adapter for that cap.
Yeah, so we'll just spliced it in using the overflow bleed and bunged up a cap.
Yeah, that cap, I've just cut off the actual sealing bit inside, so it's just basically a rubber seal and a lid.
And how many leaks have we found?
I found quite a few, didn't I? I did find a few.
What we suspected was one leak. So this has been sat, just for context, for several months now. So we started this episode like 3 months ago. The ramp bricked itself, as you can see. It has now been unbricked. So we thought, cool, the last thing we were going to deal with was a small weep of coolant from the engine, which has turned in to be like at least 8.
So the problem that we had though was like a lot of the pipes are onto like plastic fittings. But it's on plastic fittings, you're kind of like, oh, don't want to go tighten them too much, but obviously it wasn't enough. So we've had to, a few of them, nip them up.
As we can see, that is now holding pressure, and if we look underneath...
Well, there was a big puddle because I changed a pipe, so...
And there's still a drip.
So?
And I can still see a drip.
It's still dripping?
Yeah.
Great.
So it is still pouring out the hose that we have now had 3 attempts putting different dribbly clips on. But you don't really care about that. What I'm taking you underneath here is to show you, which up until now, something, because we've not had a ramp, we've been able to do, which is the exemplary condition of the underneath of this car, just before we wrap up. So while you try not to require a bathroom break while I film this, let's have a wee, let me see the torch. We're aware of what the engine is, but stop and take a moment and observe the cleanest rust-free Primera possibly ever. I don't even think they came out of the factory with this little rust. I mean, Daniel has also went quite a bit to town on rectifying everything. But yeah, there is nothing remaining on this car that has not either been well repaired or taken back and treated. It is damn clean. That shock accepted because we've got a replacement on the way. But yeah, she's so nice and so clean and a bit wet. Aye. Oh, she's still dripping. She's got a wee leak. While he makes many sweary noises, I'm going to do the patreon.com/JulesandCrack thing, because at this point it's worth highlighting that this is nearly done. It needs a window, it needs the side skirts reattached, and a water leak fixed. But it is otherwise complete. So next time we talk about the Primera, it is going to be getting mapped, which is also pretty exciting, because we all want to know how much horsepower that enormous turbo is going to make. So like, bell, subscribe, because obviously everyone's a Primera fan. That's why we're all here. And until next weekend, guys, drive safe.